Okay, you guys, this week we're gonna paint these really fun, whimsical pigs. We're gonna start them this week and finish them next week, all right? So when you come in, you're gonna pick, or you're gonna get some colors that look like this. You're gonna get 2 pinks, a light pink and a dark pink, 2 blues, and 2 greens. We're gonna use both of these in every section that we do. You want a light value and a dark value. It's just gonna make your artwork have more contrast and look more interesting, okay? All you're gonna have drawn on your canvas are your pig bodies, like this, your pig behinds, okay? And then we're gonna paint our pigs first. Normally we would start in our background, but we don't wanna get pencils out today. So we're gonna actually draw everything with our paintbrush and then come in and fill in between. And then next week when we come back, we'll add more color and details, and we'll also add our outline and their cute little piggy tails, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the light pink, okay? And I'm gonna fill in both of my pig bottoms. I'm gonna start with your light pink. And I'm using my bigger paintbrush, so it'll take a little bit less time. And after we fill it in, we're gonna do some shading. So I'm gonna paint this pig first on the left, and then the head, and then the ears, and then we'll paint this pig on the right. It'll just be easier if we do one at a time. So I've got his bottom done, and I didn't give you black yet. Their hoofs will probably be black, but we're not gonna outline with black until next week, so you can do that next week. So I'm just painting over where they would go, okay? Now I'm gonna use that same paintbrush, okay? And I'm gonna draw with my paintbrush, kind of like a hat on that little booty, okay? That pig hiney. Okay, now, what we wanna do, these two shapes are kind of blending together. I'm gonna take just a little bite. You know how we always talk about a cookie bite? We're gonna take a little nibble out of this pink, and we're gonna mix a little nibble of this pink in with it. And you see how it makes a slightly darker pink? And we're gonna do just a little shadow like that, right there. So a little bite here. If it's not dark enough, you could take a little more bite out of that darker pink. And you see how that shows where the pig's hiney is versus the back of his head. This is the back of the pig's head, right? So now I'm gonna take that same color, that dark pink, and I'm gonna mix it. And I'm just gonna kind of outline the head too, okay? Now that I'm done with that pig, I'm gonna switch to my smaller green paintbrush, the one with a little bit of a pointy tip, and I'm gonna draw these ears. Ears can be kind of hard. So what I do is I do one line in like this, and one line in like this, or out like this, however you wanna think about it. And this is whimsical, so they can be oversized. It's almost better if they're oversized, okay? And then they look like antennas, right? Then I'm gonna bring them down and back to the pig, okay? So now I'm gonna fill them in. And then your next step is, just like before, we're gonna take a little bite out of the side of our dark pink cookie. We're gonna blend it with this lighter color. And then you're gonna do some dark pink on those ears. That's already looking so cute. Look at how cute our little piggy is. Worst comes to worst, if you end up with not very much definition between these 3 shapes, when we outline it next week, we can help you, okay? The other thing I'm gonna do, we'll do this with black too, is while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this darker pink, and I'm gonna draw a little swirly right here for the tail. Look at that, so cute. Okay, once you're done with this one, we're gonna do this one exactly the same. We're gonna start with the light pink and fill in these 2 sections, and then we're gonna do the ears, okay? Okay guys, so just so you know, with these two ears, they're gonna overlap. So with this one, when I did this one, I went right through this ear. And it could be that this pig's ear is in front of this pig, okay? But I didn't want that. I want this pig's ear to be in front. So then I came back over it like this so that that one looked like it was in front again, okay? So, and then when we outline it too, you can decide which one you want to outline all the way and which one you want to just be right there, okay? And then just like with our other one, we're going to take our dark pink, just our darkest pink right here, and we're going to do our little swirly for the tail, okay? Now, the next thing that we want to do is rinse our brushes really, really good, and we're going to work on our background. I'm going to start with the blue of the sky. Okay, I rinsed it and then I dried it. I rinsed it and then I dried it. And you want the blue of your sky to come down to the ground, okay? So I'm going to use this darker blue at first, and then I'm also going to come back in and do some of the lighter blue, okay? So I'm going to outline kind of my pigs. And I'm using my medium paintbrush to start with, just for the outline. And again, we're gonna outline these with black. So if you get a little bit out of the lines or something, it'll be kind of okay. And then I'm gonna fill in with this pretty blue. You can go ahead and paint your edges as you go. Don't forget, you can flip it around as you go. Okay, I'm gonna do mine while y'all do yours. But don't forget these inside parts here, and then I might need some right here for now. This will probably be mostly green when we're done. But don't forget these little inside parts, okay? I'll do mine while y'all do yours. Okay, you guys, once you're done filling in kind of this blue, what we wanna do is take some of this lighter blue, and I'm just gonna mix it with this. I'm gonna combine my two cookies. So make sure your neighbor is done with their blue before you do this, okay? Or you could just take some of this. But then I'm gonna come back, and I'm not gonna paint the whole thing. I'm just gonna blend some of this lighter blue, and it's okay to just grab some of the light blue in with some of this darker. Okay, this might also be a time that you might want to do like some different brush strokes or some different sections, but we just want it to be loose and painterly, not like super smooth. Although if you're a super smooth person and you want it super smooth, that would be okay too. It's not gonna hurt anything if you all want it all one solid color. I like how it looks with the different values in it. Okay, so now I'm gonna rinse my brush one more time, and while that's wet, we're gonna work on the green. And that means the green will probably blend with the blue a little bit, but that's okay because green is made with blue and yellow. All right, and just like with our blue and pink, you have two values of green. So I'm gonna start with the lighter green, this one. And what you're gonna do, or what I would do first, is paint this section, anything that you have left down here, just paint it all green. You could do it with a darker green first. I'm doing it with the lighter green. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna add the texture of grass, okay? But we just want a solid layer down before we do that. What that does is it gives it plenty of paint down there. And don't forget your edges, as always, to fill everything in. Okay, there you go. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is with this light green, I'm still staying with the light green. I'm gonna do this twice. I'm gonna do it once with light green and once with dark green, okay? Get a little bit more light green on my brush. I'm gonna go up and down like this. And again, that blue is gonna get into it, but that is totally fine. It's supposed to be kind of painterly. You can even overlap the pig feet a little bit if you want to. We might have to smooth those out next week when we do our pig feet black. But okay, so now I have the texture of grass, and now I'm going to do the same thing with the dark green. I'm going to get the dark green on my brush, and I'm going to come back and do some more with the dark green. And you're getting that texture of grass with your brush stroke. And it's okay if the colors mix up, like I said. It is fine. All right, and that is all that we are gonna do this week. We're gonna get to this point and we're gonna stop. And then next week when we come back, we're gonna do maybe like some, you know how pigs sometimes get mud on them? Well, we're gonna do mud, except we're gonna do paint, like they've rolled in paint instead of mud. So we're gonna do some paint, like on their hiney's and heads and ears, like some little paint splats and patches. And then we might also do a little bit of splatter paint. And then we're also going to outline them, and then that way you can take them home the next week, okay? Looking forward to seeing how these look. Y'all probably did a great job.